Hi Capricorn, here's a general look at your solar chart for December 2010. Now, until late month, that's to say the end of the third week, I think there's going to be a lot happening, and there's going to be a lot on your mind, and many demands are made on you mentally and also physically, but it's like you've got to put your own preferences on one side sometimes and just make yourself available to others. So being a bit of a support there. This vibration could also translate as you're spending more time on imaginative or spiritual pursuits. Your inner guidance is working very well for you at this time, and also it could translate as more involvement overall with a circle of people with whom you're sort of collaborating. But again, it has this behind the scenes feel to it. So you're going to be more in touch with your inner, wiser self, firmer about boundaries, learn to say no when necessary. The new moon here signals fresh beginnings related to this area, which will not show themselves really until the time of the next new moon in your sign from January the 4th onwards. Until the 19th, Mercury is in your sign, but from the 9th is retrograding, meaning you've got a very busy mind and schedule, and generally a lot of socializing, mental focus, but in a kind of business-like, working way on the tasks at hand. Mercury retrogrades from the 9th, as I say. That sort of tends to slow things down, could cause delays or last-minute changes, going over things again maybe. Then from the 19th, Mercury is in the sign before yours. That can make you busy with head stuff, but kind of behind the scenes, maybe pulling strings from behind the scenes, but sort of kind of backing others up sort of thing. But even though you're active, your mind may be more focused on private matters or something that you are working on in the background. You may be reviewing the written or the spoken word, or doing a sort of mini post-mortem on the past, or perhaps just completing something, tying up loose ends, finishing something off. Mars enters your sign from the 2nd. That will give a terrific boost to your energy, Capricorn, from then on for a few weeks, making you physically more active and bolder about initiating things, particularly maybe related to the home front, family, but also a community, like an extended family. There's probably going to be more demands on your time and energy coming from them, especially from them, but in general within your neighborhood. You'll feel clearer though, I think, from then, that's the 2nd week onwards, about taking the lead on things, initiating, playing a more dynamic but supportive still role when appropriate. Situations where you could be exchanging with others in a group setting is favourably highlighted and could be lucrative or benefit you materially in some other way. Putting things together or just joining in with an organisation or private group of kindred spirits may result in some interesting and inspiring moments. It could be quite a lot around sort of stuff as well, resources and that kind of thing, which makes the thing tick along a bit better. Also, you could be making new contacts, unusual friends even, or for some of you a friendship could develop into something deeper if you're open to that. You may be wondering about your long-term direction in life in general during the few years that your ruling planet Saturn is in your career sector, and this is going to be in the background when you're making decisions about what to do in the now. How things stand may not be appealing or possible to do anymore, and maybe it's not marketable as it used to be. So you're probably, some of you, looking for a new way to build build things up as far as career is concerned, or reputation, you'll be looking to build a new structure here. So much of where you come from, your previous knowledge, your previous experience, that will have a bearing, but also, and that'd be useful, but also you may be having to upgrade there, and so that you can feel more secure and get the status, renewed status and recognition that you deserve. And for some of you at this time, there's going to be more of a focus on parents or guardians. Early Capricorns, well, you're feeling the emotional influence of Pluto across your sign, reminding you that this is a time to begin rethinking and renewing your short-term ambitions or your long-term plans, and set out to achieve them, even if it means a certain amount of difficulty at times, letting go of a previous parameter or relationship or arrangement, could even be, letting go of certain aspects of your own behavior which are actually getting in the way. So you need to follow your deepest instincts now, because this is about your personal evolution, and this aspect from Pluto in the way it's making now is never going to happen again for the rest of your life. So it's quite a big moment, really, depending on where you were born in the sign, of course. Jupiter is in your sector of communications for a little while longer. That's until late January. Anything around study, but also, reading, anything to do with creative self-expression, media. A great time to be studying an inspiring subject, but also a great time for you to be the teacher and be the inspirer of others, Capricorn. This area is also very creative, as I say, and you can be very adventurous in your expression, or maybe learning a new way of speaking or expressing yourself, or a new way of thinking. So anyway, the main thing to remember is just to remain open and open-minded and flexible in this area, and also about your options for the future, because actually when Jupiter moves at late January, then that could open new doors related to your base of operations, your private relationships, but also, the job, the career, the wider world. From the 22nd, the way is clear to get on with the kinds of activities that interest you, and you should feel more confident about shining, in your own way, and a little bit sort of self-indulgent, self-centered there, I think. That you've got permission for that. And around the 28th, 29th, there could be some inner pressure then, and a need maybe to put your ego on, and your judgment maybe on one side. Well, that's it for December. If you know your rising sign, listen to that too. It'll throw another light on what I've said here. Also, watch out for the stars for the whole of 2011. They're coming up on here pretty soon. And may I wish you a happy Christmas, and I'll see you the next time.